last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go. Let's go, Deacon. Here we go.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And they'll get this down to the 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Now it's Burrow. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
To throw on 2nd down. Pickett. And that'll be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Pickett powers through him. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first half, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw. Pickett. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pickett. This to the outside. It's Sermon. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Pickett. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. To throw again. Pickett. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Harris. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will shrink to 6. Kick this one away, and off it goes. Pulls it in at the 13. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, and now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off at about the 31. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Back to throw. Pickett. And Graham on the ground. Touchdown! A great effort there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point attempt to come here. This puts them on top by a penny. It's 14-13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man, Wilson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Julian Okwara in there to get him. And that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Throwing on first down. Pickett. Flush to his right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Looking to throw. Pickett. Will find Sermon out of the backfield. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Pickett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Pickett. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field.
That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a first down carry for Harris. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3 bucks. 31's the mic. 31's the mic.
From the gun on third down. Pickett. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Harris. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Check safety, check safety.
On 1st and 10, Pickett. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now it's Wilson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 25 on 2nd down, Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. 54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
You get Rodney. You get Rodney. Check 26, check 26.
They hand this off to Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to it. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Off the option, that's complete. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3.
Let's make these babies cry all day now. 31's the mark.
And they run with Harris off the option. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He'll keep it himself. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he's unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal.
31's the mark. Hey, watch the slant. 31's the mark.
Back to throw. Pickett. This is caught. Touchdown. Trey Sermon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man, Wilson. And he returns this to the 22. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys. Now Burrow loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now Burrow on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Finding room to the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A fourth touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Wilson. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. The Bengals drive about to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussion.
Now Burrow loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And that might just submit it. A return for a late touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The return man, Wilson. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but